Officers have responded to 500 Peter Street Southwest on a 3-year-old male shaq. Upon arrival, officers located the victim.
They shot a kid? Okay. What's the vibes, YouTube? It's your boy Swaggy coming at y'all with another reaction vid. So look, today we got somebody from Lil Baby camp, you feel me? And apparently they're gonna be talking about his story. My dog done told me his story is a crazy story, you feel what I'm saying? I don't even know son name, but you see the full PF chain, man. And with everything going on with Young Thug and everything, 4 PF boys better duck their head for real, man. But look, we not even gonna do too much talking. Y'all know what y'all gotta do for me though, right? Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, man. Join the fam. It don't cost nothing to join the fam. Don't be petty. Smash that subscribe button, join the fam, and let's see what's going on with these boys, man.
An Atlanta rapper who seemed to just got sentenced to 17 years in prison.
17.
And there's been some mixed emotions from the suspect side and the victim side. Today, we talk about his statements he made a part of his proffer agreement, according to the state, in return. Yeah. According to his charges,
they snitching.
A relatively light sentence. We also discuss who this young man is. Some of his
light sentence? 17 years is light now? The fuck he do?
His rap accomplishments and his affiliations, according to his own statement in the state of Georgia. So before we go over this one, remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Swaggygtv is right, aka Dirty Tay. Allegedly from Atlanta, Georgia, in the area of Oakland Avenue, having tracks like Lit, released 4 years ago, with a little under 250,000 views, and having tracks featuring Lil Baby at 24 Heavy 24 years ago, with over 400,000 views on just the audio. Dirty Tay was once signed to 4PF. Not sure if that's still current to this day. He even once did an interview and explained his relationship with Lil Baby. Check it out.
Hell nah. Like, when I went trying to do it, it was hard, but now like, I gotta get it. Yeah. I got it.
That boy high.
Like, I really got prison early, like, cause I got the GD. So now I gotta get it. They gonna get me home early. Yeah. Like, got my hair right to get that motherfucker. I got it. Came home early.
Yeah. What was one of the biggest lessons you learned while in prison?
Shit. Big lesson. Mind your business. Like, pretty like, mind your business. That's the same thing on the street. Mind your own business.
Yeah. All right, so you only been rapping for, what, 6 months, 7 months now?
Probably like 7 months now.
Yeah.
Probably like 7 months now.
What motivated you to start rapping?
Shit, everybody just telling me shit, and I got, like, around Baby like, I see, like, Baby, like, how this shit is, how sweet this shit is. How, like, shit, folks telling me I look like I rap. I need rap. I got image raps. I just tried and shit. Dropped this song. Dropped me on the song. I caught a ball. Shit. Kept it going.
People were fucking with that first song, huh?
People were fucking with it.
Yeah. Did it come natural to you, or did it take a while for you to get comfortable in the booth?
Shit, I guess it come natural. I don't write.
You don't write at all?
Yeah, nah. I'm in the studio right now, make a hard ass song. I'll talk. Like 30 minutes. Yeah. No rain.
Just be rapping about your life and experiences, huh?
Yeah, nah, what's going on. Like everything, like truth, like going on.
Yeah. How long have you known Baby now?
Little minute. Little minute.
Yeah. What's some of the best advice he's given you about the music business?
I mean, I gave him some good advice on music business, but like Baby was a street nigga, like give me advice, like street advice. Okay. Like before he give me music advice, like street advice. The street advice is gonna like lead like music advice too. And like, you're a good nigga though. Like, you tell nigga what's right from wrong.
Yeah. On August 3rd, 2022, at around 4 p.m., officers have responded to 500 Peter Street Southwest on a 3-year-old male shaq. Upon arrival, officers located the victim.
They shot a kid?
Sustained a gunshot wound to the head. The child was transported to the hospital. The investigators was notified and worked to determine the circumstances surrounding the incident.
Bro, they shot a kid in the head? Nah, gang. Nah, man. I know you ain't do that. No way. He ain't shoot a kid in the fucking head, bro. No way. I heard that.
On a 3-year-old male Shaq. Upon arrival, officers located the victim, who sustained a gunshot wound to the head. The child was transported to the hospital. The investigators was notified and worked to determine the circumstances surrounding the incident. The investigation revealed that the shooting occurred at the intersection of Peter Street and Chapel Street. 2 suspect vehicles were located on surveillance. One of the suspect vehicles drove next to the vehicle of the victim and fired shots into the car, striking the victim in the head. They was driving.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta stop it real quick. This is hurting my head. If you shoot a 3-year-old kid, bro, it's either you deserve to get caught by 12 or you die. It's one of the two. You either get caught by 12 or you got to die. Like, how you not make sure the kid how you not make sure who's in the car? Why you ain't just wait to catch him get out the car? You shot a 3-year-old in the head. You deserve, bro. I don't even think jail is good enough for you, bro. You might just need to die. But then dying is just, it's too easy. Like, you don't feel nothing. Man.
Next to the vehicle of the victim and fired shots into the car, striking the victim in the head. They was driving in a Dodge Challenger, ended up going to the nearby fire station, who transported the 3-year-old male, which was the parent's son, to a nearby hospital. Other than the unfortunate situation, which was sad enough, the hip-hop community didn't think nothing of it. Until 2 weeks later, 8/19/2022, investigators with the Atlanta Police Department and Fugitive Unit of Zone 2 officers had arrested for aggravated assault suspect Contavious Wright. Without incident, Wright was immediately transported to public safety headquarters to be interviewed before being booked into Fulton County Jail, which would later be into Part 2 after the Family TV also requested this interrogation. He was booked on charges with attempt to commit criminal street gang participation, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery, and cruelty to children. The Atlanta Police Department ended up releasing his arrest footage. Check it out.
Exit out the vehicle for me.
Exit out the vehicle with the hands in the air.
Just put the phone down for us, please, so you don't get yourself hurt. Come back towards us. Any weapons on you? Get your hands away from your purse for me. Put them on top of your head.
It is.
Wait, what'd she say?
It is.
It is. Yeah, he slid that to Shorty like, yo, Shorty, hold it down. They ain't gonna search you.
Come over here. Back here.
Psych.
Over here. Check her down for me. You want to clear this? Yep. All right, let's roll. All right, we're good. I think he probably has the key. It ain't popping up.
Hey, Lee, out.
You want to put him in over?
Yeah, he's got his phone and a big stack of cash in his pocket.
Listen,
There's really no weapons on
Phone
you
in his
now.
back pocket.
can you get that to my girlfriend, please?
As soon as we get a chance, all right? I'll get the money out of your pocket in a second. You got no weapons on you, all right?
Nah.
What's your ID?
Shaq, I love you, bro.
I'll walk you.
Shaq,
All right,
Hey, follow this officer right here.
Shaq,
come on, Quan.
I love you for real, bro. Can I get my girlfriend a kiss out, please?
Oh,
get in
yeah,
a
he
second.
know he
Get
going
in a
down.
second.
Please.
If he over here, he asking for the last kiss. That's how you know he did what he... Bro, he basically know y'all know what he did. And he know he's done.
Get in a second, my brother. We get in a second.
And he's done. Cool.
2-1-3-1 ready.
Cool. Shorty gonna be fucking on the next nigga.
Why, man?
Gonna take that little stack that was in your pocket. Set herself up. Done. Fried. Get him out of here.
Now after this moment is where things get very interesting, family, and very detailed, as the Family TV have requested the indictment and also statements made a part of his plea, and I'll let you guys be able to make the judgment on what's going on. Now, Tate ended up having court on January 23rd, 2024, and during that time, it was an order to grant the state's motion for introducing new evidence, and they got in detail about 3 cases the defendant, who in this case, Contavious Wright, had made. Of course, out of the 3 cases, on the first out of 6 pages it mentioned, the defendant was charged with numerous offenses, including participating in criminal street gang activity, robbery, kidnapping, and attempt M, relating to 3 separate incidents, all occurring in Fulton County. According to the state's proffer, as to the first incident, robbery of Ronaldo Bird on December 15th, 2021, the defendant and the unknown male were both armed with handguns, which they pointed at the victim. They then stole the victim's handgun and gunpoint, then threatened to take his life before he fled the scene. As to the second incident, on July 15, 2022, the defendant, aka Dirty Tate, had robbed and kidnapped Waziah Smith again at gunpoint, and this incident is what led to the shooting at the barbershop months later. The victim told police he was robbed and kidnapped by local rapper Dirty Tate. The victim designed clothes and were due to meet with Dirty Tate to sell him clothing. At the time of the robbery, the victim and the defendant met up under guise of a sale, at which time an unknown co-conspirator who had accompanied the defendant struck the victim over his head with the handgun. The defendant and the unknown male then robbed the victim of his clothing items, phone, and jewelry, and proceeds to tap the victim's pockets.
Bro, y'all met up with, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I had to pause this. This strikes an extra nerve for me, because I make my own clothing. We're just gonna plug that in there right now. YRT merch, you feel me? Link in the bio. YoungRiskTakers.com. Get yours before they out, you feel me? Limited editions. But look, you gonna rob a clothing designer? 9 times out of 10, if I'm linking up with someone I don't know, I'm gonna pull up with the gear. I ain't gonna pull up with a stack of cash on me. I ain't gonna pull up with mad shit on me, and I'm gonna pull up out. This design is bold, nigga. I'm pulling up with the gang. I'm pulling up with the squad. I don't know you. You feel me? But that's just how I move. You feel me? If I'm coming outside and it's something I don't know people for real, I'm not coming alone. You feel me? But y'all gonna rob him for what? Whatever he had in his pocket? Like, for real? Y'all ain't really getting nothing up. Y'all gonna rob him for his clothes? Then y'all gonna put his clothes on? Like, you gonna rob the designer and put his clothes on instead of talking to him like, yo, we get a promotion deal, we could do business. Like, bro, you could have made way more money than that little light shit he had in his pocket and the clothes that you got right here. You could have got clothes sent to you all the time. You signed a 4PF. What the fuck are you? Yeah, you're fried, bro. You're fried.
Manning the victim's money. The victim tried to run away, but the defendant and their co-conspirator blocked his escape. The victim told him he had money at his home in Sandy Springs. They then demanded him to get in their car and drove the victim to the victim's home in Sandy Springs. They held the victim at gunpoint during a ride at his home. He threatened to take the life of the victim and drove him to the West End area of Atlanta, dropped him off, and fled. The victim proceeds to knock on doors in the area, and a Good Samaritan called 911. The defendant, aka Dirty Tate, was wearing a GPS ankle monitor due to being out on bond for his first incident that we...
Boy, you robbed niggas and went to their crib with an ankle monitor on? Throw away the key.
Just talked about. The monitor placed the defendant and the victim's address.
I'm sorry, I don't even condone that.
When a robbery is alleged to have happened. As to the final incident, the defendant and the co-defendant, Demarion Render, are accused of attempt M for shooting at the victim's Dodge Challenger, as we mentioned, as it left the barbershop in downtown Atlanta. Surveillance video captured a white sedan and a dark color sedan following the victim's car as it pulled out of a parking spot on Peter Street. The dark color sedan then drove slightly ahead of the victim's car on the passenger side and fired multiple times into the victim's car, striking a 3-year-old boy in the head. The white sedan was seen driving behind the victim's car, essentially trapping the victim's car in the line of fire. The 3-year-old survived. The 3-year-old's young brother, mother, and father, was, as we mentioned, were present inside the Challenger as well.
Thank God that kid survived, man. I understand you want to boom the nigga that's snitching on you, but
Deputy Chief Charles
kids is over limits.
A little after 4 p.m. this afternoon, APD officers responded to a person shot What we know so far is that a father and his child were exiting a barbershop in the 200 block of Peter Street. Once they left that location, they drove southbound on Peter Street, and what we have determined is that there was a car following them. When they came to the intersection behind me at Peters and Chapel, the car pulled alongside on the passenger side and began to open fire, striking the 2-year-old who was in the back seat. The father then drove down to Fire Station 14 on Lee Street, where the child was transported to a local hospital. So right now we are looking for a blue and colored Kia Optima. We know that that car after the shooting continued to travel southbound onto Peter Street. So we're asking anyone if they have any information to call the Atlanta Police Department, or they can call Crime Stoppers where they can remain anonymous.
Can you say anything about what led to the shooting, what sparked it?
Yeah. And as you can, I mean, it's still a very active scene. So we still have to piece together. We need to go back to the barbershop to figure out exactly if there's anything that happened inside the barbershop. So again, very fluid. We have the dad. We're asking questions regarding what happened, but it appears to be a targeted incident. It does not appear to be random at all.
Nobody
but
doing
again,
that shit
it's still
randomly
very
like
early
that.
on in our investigation. We're still trying to ascertain a lot of information at this time.
Is it safe to say the victims knew the shooting?
I can't say that. What I can say is that it appears to be a targeted incident. I'm not sure if they know one another, but it appears that the shooters, in fact, wanted to shoot the occupants in that vehicle.
I didn't hear what you said, but where was the child struck?
I didn't say.
And everybody's obviously concerned about the child. How is the child?
So right now we get report that the child is in critical condition, but stable. And so that's right now that's a good sign for us. But again, any gunshot injuries to a child is concerning. So we'll just have to let the medical professionals do their job, and we'll continue to stay updated on the condition of the child. But right now, with the reports that we're receiving, critical but stable.
Was the father shot, and is that child a male or a female?
Right now, it only appears that the child was shot. It does not appear that the dad was struck by any gunfire, and it's a male child. I'm sorry?
Did the dad respond with gunfire, or was the only person who shot the car?
Again, everything is still under investigation. It appears right now that only the vehicle that fled the scene was the car that fired shots.
Was it just the dad and the child in the car, or was anybody else in the car?
That's right now. It's only the dad and the child.
And they had been at the barbershop up the road.
Right now, that's where investigation is leading us. That's where they exited from.
Here's where Dirty Tate's own statement, according to his proffer agreement, helped make that connection to authorities. The defendant, aka Dirty Tate, spoke with the police and identified himself as the driver of the white sedan, and the co-defendant as the driver of the shooter's dark sedan. The defendant told the police he was essentially merely present at the scene of the crime and was not involved in the shooting of the victim. According to the state's proffer, the defendant is a known associate, a criminal street gang known for crimes of violence, theft crimes, and narcotic crimes. 4PF Turf is the Oakland City area of Atlanta. And let's get something straight.
Lil
before
Baby
we
needs to
continue.
separate
These type
himself,
of people
man.
who will take your life and tell on you is not to be trusted, and probably the most dangerous people in the world. So who knows if he's telling the truth? That's just his statement to help his get out of trouble. And for those who don't know, a government proffer is a written contract between a federal prosecutor and a defendant, or a person under criminal investigation, where the defendant agrees to provide the prosecutor with useful information. So without me labeling him something according to his own words and what he signed, we already know he's, or for better terms, a government official. And a part of his plea, he gave up information, a part of a 2015 case he was arrested. There was evidence in this case as well. It said the defendant pled guilty in 2015 in a case of an aggravated assault, which we'll later break down. But just check this out. Participation in a criminal street gang activity and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felon. In that case, defendant, along with co-defendant Kadarius Sanders, who was in 2023, pled guilty to participation in the criminal street gang activity stemming from his association with the criminal street gang 4PF. Now let's pause it there, because on 10/9/2022, Zone 5 Field Investigation Team had conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for illegal intent in the 300 block of McDaniel Street in Southwest. And guess who was in the passenger side? Condarius Sanders, arrested for an act of warrant, as we just mentioned, participation with a criminal street gang for PF. Check it out.
Nigga been snitching since 2015.
You don't got to do all that. I ain't resisting. I'm not resisting. Okay, man. I'm not resisting, man. I'm not resisting, man. I'm not going to keep telling you. Can I put my shoe on? Can I you can get my phone. Let me put my shoe on. Turn around. Turn around. Bro, nobody resisting, bro. Can I get my shoe, bro? Now I'll put your shoe on. Yes. Damn, come on, bro. You got to do all that shit. First you tell me one thing.
Show me a good two detain. I'm gonna be out with 5576.
Two detain?
That's all.
Here, officer, I'm getting it to you, man.
Put your hands on back.
I'm getting it to you, officer.
What you trying to get me?
Man, I'm just calling myself up. I can my brother. I can get my son to my brother. I'm not going nowhere, officer.
I know. Just give me you on the system. I trust you. I believe everything you're saying. I believe everything you're saying, brother. I promise you I do.
Yeah.
No longer at that location. She's down the street. The man was last seen hiding behind a black Honda Civic. On a
And they got the loud near him. Yeah, you about to sing off some loud. Damn, nah, yeah, they got them. Oh, they caught his ass with a switch. Oh yeah, he's singing. He definitely singing. They caught that boy with a switch. Oh yeah.
They said Dirty Tay and Condarius Sanders, as we stay on track, at just 15 years old in 2015, pulled out firearms on a young man as the young man walked to school alongside two other witnesses. The two witnesses told police the defendant and Sanders were members of the Blood criminal street gang, and the minute they selves were both members of Crips. Teenagers are just 15 years old, saying they Crips, admitting to it to police, and saying that the opposition blood, but they want to be gangster. They went on to state that they had bad blood with the defendant over a shooting incident 1 year prior. Now keep that in mind, because we're going to go over that incident.
Why would you
in
give all
full
that
detail.
info?
But another act of violence evidence that he admit to was pleading guilty to 2020 case involving the possession of illegal narcotics in a case Atlanta Police Department officers saw defendant Demarion Render during multiple hand-to-hand drug sales at a store in Oakland City, neighborhood of Atlanta. Render then got into the passenger seat of a certain car. Their car was soon stopped by police. The defendant, aka Dirty Tay, was driving and was in possession of 2 Percocet pills, less than 1 ounce of Mary Jane, and over $10,000 in cash. Render, a convicted felon,
riding with too
was in possession
much.
of a handgun, less than 1 ounce of Mary Jane, a digital scale, and $40 in cash. The defendant pled guilty to possession of a Schedule 2.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. This is a crazy difference though, y'all. I gotta speak on this. One got $10,000 cash right now. Other nigga got $40. $40. That's nasty.
Controlled substance.
That's
so those
nasty.
were all the
You can see
evidence
who was the
that was
runner.
submitted during that trial, in which Dirty Tay had agreed to. But when it comes to that incident in 2015, it was because Dirty Tay was shot at prior to trying to pistol his classmate. The victim was identified as Dorsey Cortez, who lived on the 2900 block of 3rd Avenue Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia at the time. As we mentioned, there was 2 witnesses who lived in the same area in southwest of Atlanta. The other guy who was with Dirty Tay was a guy who go by the name of Dante Bernard McKennedy. Dirty Tay stayed on the southwest of Atlanta, and McKennedy also stayed on the southwest of Atlanta. According to an officer who responded to a dispute call involving a gun at the 2930 Forest Hill Drive at Forest Hill Academy, upon arrival, he was greeted by a senior patrol officer who stated that one of the students pulled a firearm to another student. Corby Dozie, the victim, stated that while he was walking to school, a four-door sedan car, unsure to make a model, possible Honda, Hyundai, or Toyota, approached him, and one of the juvenile students, identified as Quintavious Wright, pulled a pistol out on him. Student number 2, Jamarius Hurd, stated that he saw a Hyundai, silver in color, 4 doors, accelerate and tried to hit them. Student Hurd took off running, scared for his life. Student number 3, Delonte Jeffries, also took off running, scared for his life. The student stated that they believe the vehicle is stolen, but did not have the tag information. Student Dorsey stated that the argument began about a year ago between the student Wright and student Dorsey, stated that his brother and a group with student Dorsey exchanged words, and student Dorsey shocked that he heard the student Dorsey and student Wright got into a verbal dispute on Friday, 9/25/2015 after school on school property, but the students was not injured. Quindarius Wright was arrested on 10/23/2015, about 2 months later, for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felon. He lived on a 900 block of People Street in Southwest Atlanta. His mom opened the door. Miss Sanders, as police asked, was her son, Quindarius Sanders, home. She stated he did not come home last night. They then asked her if they could check the residence to make sure he wasn't in the house. She allowed them to come into the home. Her son, Quindarius Sanders, was downstairs asleep. He was taken into custody without injury.
Damn.
The second suspect, Dirty Tate, aka Quintavious Wright, was taken into custody without injuries at his grandmother's house on the 1200 block of West Mountain Avenue. Both suspects was then transported by Zone 4 units to Zone 3 CID. And it's crazy, because here's their mugshot. This is Sanders, and this is Taze. It's in black and white, of course. But they got his old Facebook page, Young Tay Free Shot, in this indictment, which I looked up, and it's still there. When questioned by police having these pictures, even with firearms, Dirty Tate stated he had nothing to do with any pointing a handgun at the victim at the time. He stated Mr. Wright did it. Police stated that Dirty Tate did acknowledge he was inside the vehicle driven by a friend, and he encountered Mr. Dorsey on the back street near 5th Grand Avenue. Mr. Wright also stated he never held a handgun before. It was not in any type of game. Mr. Wright does acknowledge that Mr. Dorsey and the other victims that did not pursue any charges belong to the Crip gang. Even in 2000,
bro, look at this. Y'all see this picture, man? He holding a gun right here. Like, how you gonna plead that in court when they could just go on the internet and see you with it? Yo, bro, that, like, common sense ain't common sense.
That did not pursue any charges belong to the Crip gang. Even in 2015, at 15 years old, he stayed in the streets, but was talking to authorities. Police showed Mr. Wright several pictures of him holding possession of a firearm, which they later posted, as we just mentioned. And
bro,
the Facebook
please
pictures
keep your
and
shit off
standing
the internet.
with the suspect vehicle that was used in the crime. Mr. Wright stated that it was him in the photos, contends that the handguns were fake. As Mr. Sanders, he stated he was driving the suspect vehicle, white or silver color Honda. He did try to hit the victim and his friends, but intends he wasn't trying to hurt anyone. Mr. Sanders acknowledged that the car he was driving was stolen, and he knew it, but insists he never pointed any firearms at Mr. Dorsey or the other victims. Mr. Sanders states Mr. Dorsey and the other victims are Crip gangs. They both was telling, and they had disagreements before, and believe this is just revenge. Mr. Sanders did admit possession handguns in the past, and states that the photos I shown him, which are the same photos I showed Mr. Wright, were real handguns. And the Honda in the photos is the stolen vehicle he was driving that day. And these teenagers was taking pictures in front of a stolen vehicle. Here it is again. And while they saying who's snitching on who on Facebook, they both was telling on each other. Corb Dorsey, Dirty Tate account, which police had submitted from Dirty Tate email. Why y'all telling folks I pulled out a strap on y'all? Hashtag Lil Tate post. You put 12 on.
How they get y'all messages, man? Yo, bro, y'all niggas is so slow. Like, you can't even feel bad for people like this, bro.
Lil Tate, question mark. Where they do that at? Tiger Post. Nigga, I don't say I gets up for mines 100. Nah, for real. Better ask Bamo. I want to fade, Lil Tate. Happens. And I'm going to do what I got to do. Response, alright, say less. You go to jail? You just go to jail, 100. I don't want you anyways. Y'all tripping. Then y'all boys talking brazy. chatting. Y'all catch y'all in traffic, dog. Okay, killer. But yeah, I don't do no snitching. And y'all niggas got snitched on. Better ask somebody. I'ma get something for all that talk. Bro, you ran for no reason. For one, for two, one stunt. Didn't even know you was round there. Nah, for real. Lord CJ, I don't know what y'all got going on. Fam, excuse me. Not reading at the best, but God knows I was struggling trying to understand how they was texting. Now, in return for all that information that Mr. Wright, aka Dirty Tate, had given, he received a 17-year plea. He was in a viral clip of someone allegedly having the grill out his mouth in jail. Check it out.
Yeah, Dirty Tate, man, you get the dirty here, man. But yeah,
they took the grill out his mouth.
Now, it seemed we might know the reason after having his case. Statements came out. And allegations of him telling was confirmed. It's an unfortunate situation. It's another prime example. A youngins, stay out the streets. It's a myth. There's no way they even telling on you, bringing you down, or getting you hemmed up. Which lead to two things. They always say, death or in jail. Get some paper, mind your business, live life, continue to prosper. This was the story of Atlanta, Georgia rapper who decided to tell everything he know for a 17-year plea agreement. Want to send 11 prayers to the victim of that 3-year-old.
Man, like he said, stay out the way, get your paper, mind your business, bro. The streets is a myth. You know what I'm saying? Anything goes out there. It's really a free-for-all. You'll get backdoored by your homie. You get snitched on by your homie. You'll get snitched on by the ops, niggas that's trying to kill you. So they trying to kill you, you trying to kill them, and they snitching to the other niggas to come get you, to a third party to come get you. Bro, it's nasty out here, bro. You just can't be at peace at all. Just mind your business, get your paper, man. Yo, look, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. This shit is kind of crazy. And I see, Lil Baby, you really got to separate yourself. I see why you start doing the... Bro, if y'all ain't noticed, he never wears that 4PF chain no more. It's a can't be fucked with. And I understand why now. They got Thug. And now I guess they were mad close to Baby, bro. This nigga snitching. He talking about he 4PF. He got pictures next to it. Yeah, bro. Gotta separate yourself, man. But yo, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. It's your boy Swagging them out, you heard?